Hello and welcome to the video for the assembly instructions for the Jaz Asbury Roses and Ivy bed. As you can see, this is what we're trying to make today. Here are the tools we need. Please go back to this part of the video and pause if you want to write this list down. Also, the complete bed is here. Again, go back to this part of the video and write this down should you need to. There are the bed slats, there are the slat holders, there are the 4 bits of angle iron, here are the 4 legs, and here are the 4 canopy quarters. First thing to do is to lay the legs and the angle iron out so that all the numbers correspond. You can see here there are numbers clearly written in yellow marker pen. That's indelible. So just line up 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3 and 4 to 4. The Allen bolts go up through the angle iron of the leg and then through the angle iron which goes from one leg to another leg. As you can see, this is fairly straightforward. Just do them finger tight at this stage. Once they're reasonably tight, you can lift it up, put it on the bucket. This is what the buckets are for. You don't have to use buckets, of course. You can use boxes or breeze blocks or bricks or anything that's handy, just to raise the angle iron up to the same level as the leg. Now I'm putting in 2 more Allen bolts and nuts, so there are 4 Allen bolts and nuts in each corner, as you can see here. Now I'm putting in the second leg, exactly the same procedure. There's 1, and there's 2. Once they're there, I can then move that bucket and use it to put on the 3rd piece of angle iron. So I'm just getting the 2 nuts, 2 bolts. Once they're tight, you can do the 3rd leg. Just attach that. It's essentially have 2 people. This is pretty much impossible to do on your own. I have done it on my own, but it's not easy at all. With 2 people, it's very simple. Now we get the 4th leg into place. I find at this stage, as you'll see in a minute, that instead of putting 2 bolts in either side, it's a total of 4 bolts per piece of angle iron, I'll just put 1 bolt in next to leg 3 and another bolt in next to leg 4. There we are, and then finally another bolt to join the first piece of angle iron to the last piece of angle iron. There we are. Now that the buckets are no longer needed, once all those bits of angle iron are in place, there it is. That's the bed frame. It's a good idea at this stage to tighten up all 16 nuts and bolts using the Allen bolt from underneath and either a a 19mm socket, 19mm spanner, or an adjustable spanner.
Okay, now we can do the 4 rose canopy quarters. These are all clearly
tight,
numbered in the same yellow marker pen. Here is the male counterpart onto which the 4 rose canopy quarters fit. They slide on. You can see there's a little 8mm piece of round bar sticking up. If you look closely, you can see the female counterpart on this rose canopy quarter, which is upside down. The sort of springy looking bit goes over the tapered round bar, and then the 20mm round bar with the hole in the middle fits onto the 8mm bar, like so. At the same time, you want to line up the rose canopy quarter with the canopy that's already up. That looks good. Now I'm going to get 2 screw bolts and 2 nuts, and again put them pointing upwards, like so. A nut on the top. There are 2 to every side of the bed, so it's 8 in total. Also, the rose canopy quarters are made up of principally 3 prongs, one that goes 90 degrees to the other and one that goes 45 degrees to those diagonally across the bed. So after I've just screwed this one in using a cordless drill, but of course you can use an ordinary crosshead screwdriver, you also have to locate and put the 8mm screw bolt through here, like so, just as I'm demonstrating. There it is. It goes up through the very middle of the bed. So there are 2 up now. Just to show you again, here's the 3rd one going on. Again, one person goes up the ladder, the other person lines up the corner of the canopy with the tapered round bar, puts it over, lines up the 8mm round bar with the hole, and then the other person lines up the central bolt. And again, every time, just put the 2 8mm bolts through. This is the last one going on, and this is, you can see, where the hammer comes in useful, because occasionally one won't quite fit on cleanly because they're all under tension, particularly on the last one, so you might need a hammer just to tap it down gently. Once all 4 are in place, you can then tighten up the central nut and bolt, and that is the bed complete, apart from the slats. Here they are. The slat system works with 3 slat holders, one going down the middle, line up the X with the X, one going down the left side and one going down the right side. You can see on this one there are holes underneath. These correspond with where the nuts are on the angle iron below. So you just place those over the top, like so. There is a bit of movement in these, which is necessary because in order to put the slats in easily, there needs to be a bit of distance. But once the slats are in, you can then put a spacer in between those outer slat holders and the angle iron in order to secure them forever. Now, I find that the best way to do this is to put at least a couple of slats on the far ends of one side of the bed and then do a complete side, then move to the other side and do that side until all 34 slats are in place. And that's what it looks like. Now, one final job to do. There is a screw bolt sticking out of the top. Once the bed is in its final position, you need to get a hacksaw and just saw off the top of that bolt. This makes it look much nicer. That bolt nut is now completely hidden. And here is the completed bed. Thank you for watching. Any problems, go to the website and contact me directly.